All right, what's up, everybody? This is Eddie, your favorite Mexican Canadian living in Taiwan, with his man, my buddy here, Patrick Cheng. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, I'm glad you made it out here on a Wednesday. I appreciate that. Patrick has an amazing bar just up the street from me, which I love to check out. It's got some of the best beers in town. It is called Wicked Wolfpack. We got a description in the link. And before we start, I would like Patrick to let you know a little bit about himself. So can you introduce yourself a little bit before we start?
Sure.
What's up, brother?
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick, and I was born and raised in Taiwan and lived in the States for 10 plus years, and now back in Taiwan again, living the life. And like Eddie said, I own a bar up the street. So if you guys are into beers and cocktails or coffee, feel free to drop by our shop anytime.
Beautiful. Actually, I've been wanting to swing in. When did you start the coffee? The coffee's been going for a little while now, yeah?
Yeah, so our shop came up to 2.5 years, and our coffee didn't start 6 months after we opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
what? It looks like you're doing some specialty like coffees, like some different region. I don't know much about coffee, but like some different regional sort of
yes.
stuff with coffee.
So how we started with beer and coffee was that we started coffee with one of our friend who's a barista, and he specializes. He used to work at a specialty coffee in the city. So we had him come and basically do a pop-up at our shop during the day. Okay. And that's how we got started with offering coffee at our place.
Okay. And it's going well, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I've got a buddy that imports Panamanian coffee. Is it Panamanian coffee. He's obviously from Panama, and his wife is as well. Yeah. And he like, I don't really know much about coffee, but it kind of all for me tasted the same in the beginning. Sure. And then actually this guy came over and he did, like, I don't know any of the technical terms, but you know, you take sort of the vase thing and you kind of do the little hot water over like the filter deal.
The pour over coffee.
Is that what it's called? The pour over. So he did that, and it was so good. Like it was really like hearty and like really meaty, and like the coffee was incredible. I thought, oh my God, this is really good. So I thought coffees can be amazing. I was pretty shocked with that. So very cool. It's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the way we have our shop set up is that a lot of customers ask us what we offer at our shop, and it's really hard to pinpoint in a sense. Whereas we offer a drinking experience. So obviously craft beer is something that we love, and I was actually introduced to specialty coffee about 3 years ago. And that's how I got really interested into tasting. And specialty coffee is really something that kind of opens up your knowledge about coffee, and kind of redefines how coffee should taste like. So, like you said, it's different region.
Pretty big difference, to be honest. Because I mean, I've had coffees. I mean, I'm not a big coffee guy, but everybody's had coffee in their whole life. And you're just kind of like, this is coffee. I usually just throw a bunch of whipped cream or whatever in there just to kind of cover the super bitterness of it. And when I had this coffee, I was kind of blown away a little bit. It was just like, this is coffee. It's like, wow, it's pretty mind blowing for me.
Yeah. So the one thing about specialty coffee is that now we're in the third wave coffee revolution, whereas the first wave will be like instant coffee. And the second wave was think of like Starbucks coffee, and the third wave is now where we're at, where a lot of coffee are roasted at roasted lighter.
Lighter.
Because coffees are the coffee beans are actually fruits that grows on the tree.
Did not know that. I didn't know that.
So when it's roasted on the lighter end of the spectrum, you actually taste more of the coffee flavor.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. I know that apparently there's this specialty coffee bean where they train cats to climb the tree and the cats eat them or something. And then, is that a true thing? Is that true?
Yes.
And the cat kind of crops them out, and that's like super duper high-endy coffee.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Yeah.
So back, I think how it started was that these animals, they're wild, living in the wild, and they would go off and pick up coffee cherries to eat. Okay. And the poops that they poop out had a very distinct taste to it, or a flavor
I'm
to
sure
it.
it did.
That's how it started.
Okay,
but now people kind of force coffee beans down these animals' throats.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
It kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Sure,
and apparently, according to the people who's had the real ones, they said that they all taste different now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So next thing is, how do you do with hot food usually? Do you like spicy food?
So before knowing that I was going to come on this show, Eddy invited me about 2 months ago, and I had started practicing about 2 weeks ago with Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Okay, Flaming Hot Cheetos. Okay.
But I think that got me nowhere.
Okay.
So
we
see.
shall see,
We'll
I
see.
guess. Yeah. So let's start. Our first one, we start pretty light. We're just going to basic buffalo with the Frank buffalo. Okay. So we have a wing and a drumstick. And you just choose one, and I'll eat the other one, man.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
I'll take what's on the top.
If you're hungry, go drumstick. Yeah. Yeah. We had who was it? Sam, a comedian. Yeah. He's like, this is my dinner. I'm going all drumstick. I'm like, hey, man, go for it.
Nice.
Yes. Right. Just the basic.
This I could do.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
I had a professional MMA fighter.
Yeah.
On here, and on the buffalo, the very first one, he's like, okay, yeah, this is. It's pretty spicy. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I'm like,
wait till the end.
Yeah. No, he's a amazing guy. Yeah. Got a fight coming up, so pretty stoked. I love the MMA scene.
Yeah, it's
very
delicious
cool.
wings.
Very cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And you said before I came on the show, you said that you guys run wing specials.
We do a wing special. Thanks for reminding me, because I actually forget to bring it up. We do half price wings on Wednesdays. So
nice.
We are actually expanding sort of our wing sauce menu, which started originally for the show. And actually, when we get customers that come in, they want to try the different levels of heat. So we will be reprinting the menu, and we will start to promote that. So come on a Wednesday, get some wings, some cheap wings. It's good stuff. Yeah,
that's good steal. Yeah.
All right. So back to the Wolfpack. I mean, what's the name? What does the name, the Wicked Wolfpack, mean?
Okay, so our shop was started by a group of good friends, and two of them who used to live in Boston. Okay. And for those people, viewers are from Boston, would know Wicked is a very Boston slang.
We use that in Canada, but I've been here for like 17 years, so it might be outdated, but definitely I used it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought Wicked was mostly used in I think England use them. Okay. So the UK uses them, and I know the people from Boston uses Wicked a lot. Nice. So we had Wicked to start out, and for the Wolfpack part, we just felt like there needs to be a place in Tianmu where young people can hang out.
Love it.
So our friends, we all grew up in Tianmu, and it was one of the common pains of the Tianmu young folks is that there's no places to go out to. Okay, sure. There are very few bars that are open in Tianmu, and whenever you have to go out and meet friends, we are always the minor ones, and we have to pay for taxi or the MRT to go all the way out to the city, and then when you go out drinking, you don't come back at 10 o'clock. No, you go late. Yeah, when you pass midnight, they charge you extra for the taxi fare. So we thought, why not open up a shop for people to gather?
Beautiful. I love it.
And I mean, the money that you save with the taxi fares, you could get 2 more pints,
a couple more beers. Yeah, I like that. That's a good. I used to live in Danshui when I was younger, and I mean, there's nothing going on. I mean, I love Danshui. It's a great place to live, and the river's beautiful, and the beach, it's beautiful. But I mean, like, if you're going out for beers with your buddies, there's not really anywhere to go. So, again, you go downtown to, like, you know, some of the bars or the Brass Monkey or wherever you would go to. You know, now I go as far as Crafted. That's about as far as I go. Yeah. But, you know, I was the only one living in Danshui, and you're the end of the line. Yeah. So you get stuck paying for the cab. It's expensive as cab. Yes. And it takes forever to get to Danshui. You're like, oh my God, the guy's like, Danshui? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. He's just kind of like, and you're just like, that drive, you're kind of in and out of it. You're like, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa.
right.
You're like, what's going on? You know, you get home, and there'd been a few times where it's so long, and I'm never in a car anymore, so I get car sick pretty easily. So that was there was a couple times where that didn't work out very well for the cab driver, and I was like, sorry, man, here's some extra money. Yeah. So Danshui, yeah. So I agree. I love it. I think that was kind of why we started to do some of the pub crawls. Yeah. Because I think some people, I don't know, they go to the same place, and I think it's good for people to go and check different places out. I mean, I love that. I love the idea of community and people checking stuff out. Yeah.
No, I have to say that I really appreciate Eddy for putting up. He's always the one who's organizing the pub crawls in Tianmu, and I think it's a good cause because the shops around Tianmu, we all have different things to offer.
Sure, of course.
So it's really good to get the locals exposed to different.
I agree. And we always have like I can't remember how many taps you have. You got way more than me, and you've always got some of the stuff that I can't really put on tap, like some of the really heavy duty stuff that I love. Yeah. But when I put those on tap, it ends up being just me drinking them. Or they sit there forever and ever, and I'm like, they don't move as well here, because here it's like lager IPA, which is great. But I mean, I like a bourbon barrel aged ales and stuff like that, and I have tried putting them on tap, and they just move a lot slower. So I love going up to your place and having that. One of the last times I went up there, this one time, we had you had some Jim and Dad's 12% on tap.
Yeah, they had a limited edition.
And I was drinking some, and I'm like, okay, it tastes really strong, but I'm enjoying it. And I think I had two, like full pints, and I think I had like a Corona here with a friend before. Went up, had a couple pints, and then I kind of got up to go to the bathroom. I'm like, holy crap, I'm drunk off of 3 beers. What's going on? And then I was like, I messaged Jim. I'm like, what's the percent on this, man? And he's just like, 12.9. I was like, I knew it was strong. I didn't know it was that strong, though. Yeah. No, that's cool, though.
Yeah.
So the Wicked Wolfpack, guys, you got to check it out. It's got some really good stuff going on there.
Yes.
And it's really nice and clean, which is nice, because sometimes you go out to places and you might spot the kitchen, or you might spot the bathroom, or whatever, the glasses or whatever, and they're kind of nasty, and you're like, ugh. You kind of trick yourself into thinking, well, the beer should sterilize the dirty glass, but I mean, we don't have to deal with that when we go to yours. We love it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Brother, right on.
Yeah.
Let's do the next wing. Yeah. What do you think? All right. So the next one is a chipotle. Yeah. Okay. So chipotle is a smoked jalapeno. Yep. So we also make that one in house, and it's kind of like a sweet chipotle. It's not too spicy. Okay. So
do you want to go for the drumsticks now?
You're the man. You're the guest, dude. I eat these all the time.
I'll go for the
do what you want to do.
Wings now.
I'll get that off of you. Okay. Take that sucker off your hands. Hell yeah. Right on.
I like this.
It's a really popular one, actually. Yeah. We have it's funny because I always used to go out for wings, and I'm like, okay, let's just do them. And I love the sauces and what we're doing with the wings here. And we got more stuff coming, so that's really cool. I love that chipotle. Yeah. Yes. It's one of my favorites. So your Facebook profile says Campbell, California.
Yes.
Which is I've never even heard of that. Is it a small town, or?
So Campbell is right next to San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have I actually have some family there, which is hilarious. Oh, yeah? Yeah, because we drove So my grandparents came up. They immigrated after I was born in Canada.
Yeah.
My parents immigrated there, and they brought up my dad's parents. And they hated it, so they wanted to go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
And we drove them back once. When I was about 12 years old, we drove them back.
Sure.
And we were driving through San Jose and LA, and then apparently in that area we have family, which is pretty big stereotype, but I guess Mexicans were related, right? And we went and we stayed at some family's house, and we went into East LA, and it was a pretty cool experience, man. I really enjoyed it. I really like California. I've been there once since then.
Yep.
And California's a pretty cool place. I enjoyed it a lot there.
Yeah, very nice weather, and it's I haven't been back for a while, but apparently when the new president came up, it has changed tremendously.
For not a good way. I have no idea. I mean,
it's got good and bad.
Probably
side,
not.
So.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when did you decide you wanted to open a craft beer bar? When? And then you kind of answered before about Tianmu.
Sure.
Why Tianmu? Well, you kind of answered that one, but when? When did you say, okay, I'm doing this?
So I came back to Taiwan. I think this was back in 2012.
Really?
And
okay. The year my daughter was born. Okay.
And I had worked for also spent a couple years in Taiwan, and what was weird was that before I came back to Taiwan, I was working in San Jose, in the valley. So it was a very intense environment where.
Let me cut you off for 1 second. I forgot to pour beers. What do you want to drink? Sorry, man. I know.
Go for a disco.
Let's. Kyrie, can I have 2 discos? 2 disco. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, keep going.
Problem. Yeah. So
I wanted to have a beer with you while we're chatting.
Yes. So I used to work in the valley, and it was a very intense environment where a lot of things were happening. It was very exciting. A lot of entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs.
It's famous for that. Yeah.
Yes, in the valley. So when I came back to Taiwan, it was a big cultural shock.
Okay. Sure.
The young generations, they weren't doing much. Not saying it was bad, but everyone tend to play it safe.
Sure. Okay.
And that was when I thought of the idea of wanting to become an entrepreneur, want to give it a try to see what it feels like. And craft beer was something that I love. So, combine the two, you get a bar. And
you got to have some kind of passion into what you're doing. Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
yeah. And there's nothing better than going to your own bars and don't have to pay for.
Yeah, drinking beers for free. Right. Drinking beers. Well, speaking of that, we got a couple
until
of
you see the tab at the end of the month, your
employees
employers are chasing you. They're like,
sure. That's funny. Yeah. No, one of the funniest things of here we go. Speaking of some beers, hell yeah, got a little Red Point from Disco.
Very delicious beer.
There you go, boys. Cheers, brother. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to Red Point. One of you guys needs to come on the show, man. Stop chickening out here. We got this guy right here. He's got an. I want my. I'm still waiting on my Wolfpack shirt, man.
We'll make more. We'll make more.
All right.
Yes.
So yeah, basically, entrepreneurial spirit, and it's been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 3 years next summer.
And how does it compare to when we all jump in as an entrepreneur? We're like, oh, it's gonna be like rainbows and everything, cake and how does it compare to what you thought? It would be?
So it was the complete opposite.
Okay. So nothing.
I'm pretty sure you could.
Sure. Of course,
you could relate.
I agree.
Yeah,
I do.
I still remember vividly where the day before we opened was that nothing was ready.
Oh, sure.
Like 2 weeks before, you're like, yeah, we got everything down.
Yeah, sure.
And then the day before you open, everyone was working until like 3 a.m. in the morning, just trying to get things set up for the grand open.
Same thing with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think most entrepreneurs will go through that phase, and then it's always exciting for the first, I want to say, 6 months to a year, and then you kind of hit a block.
Yep. Sure.
You kind of hit a wall where you try to figure out what you could do to increase revenue or build brand and increase customer loyalty.
Yeah.
So that's always a struggle for new brands.
Of course, it's a huge struggle for new
And
brands,
then I remember talking to you about this.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
When we first started, I think within like the first 6 months, you pay close attention to your to how you do on that day in terms of how much you make.
Income, the daily income.
So I asked Eddy about this 2 months in after we opened. I was like, so how do you guys do, and how do you project, what's gonna happen next month or 6 months out? And I remember Eddy telling me this. He said after what was like 10 years or something, he doesn't even start. He doesn't even try anymore. He's trying to
I don't even remember.
Trend.
Because it's like you can project some, like, summer's gonna suck unless there's a World Cup, right, in this area.
Yes.
But it's just like it's a tough one to predict, It's really tough. It's tough to predict.
And Tianmu is a very
special
interesting neighborhood, so it's really hard to judge.
Do you guys have any neighbor issues or anything there? Or neighbors have been pretty cool?
Luckily, no.
Wow,
our neighbors are cool.
Shout
out to our neighbors if you're watching.
Enjoy. I mean, that's lucky, man. Because the neighbors at this shop are great. They're great. We've never had a problem. Never been the Dan Shui shop, which was the original, was okay. We had kind of a nutty neighbor next door, but he was okay. We just give him a beer and he's good to go. But the other shop, the neighbors they're pretty tough over there for sure. They're not. We've had to go through, fire department and sanitary and basically noise pollution and just everything. We had to go through it all. We've passed everything and it's all been good, but it's definitely stressful. It's definitely stressful when you're busy and government guy comes in with like a pink slip and he's kind of like there and you're like, what? Like they complained again?
Sure.
And then, the cops will come, you're showing a UFC or something and cops come at noon and I'm like, dude, it's noon. And the cops are like, yeah, we have to come because they called, but you're good. So it's all good. So it's a little frustrating. So if you're going to do something, definitely check the neighbors out if you can. And if you decide to do it anyways, I would suggest to schmooze the neighbors a little bit with some coupons or whatever. So because we didn't do that. The only time we didn't do that was at the other place, and it's been about 10 years there, and they're still holding grudges. They still hate us. They still hate us. Yeah. Actually, one of them hit my wife's scooter was parked on the side, and he was backing up. She told me he was backing up today, and he knocked the scooter over, and he just kind of was like, and you're like, fucking idiot, man. You know what I mean? Like, what a fool. But neighbors. So neighbors are a very important part of your business. So
I think we're very fortunate to be in a good location with friendly neighbors. We actually have neighbors who come in just about 5 days a week to drink coffee.
Oh wow.
So
beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, let's go on the next one. We got a Korean. So this is a recipe that I've always wanted to do Korean wings because I love Korean wings.
Sure. And
so this is one of my guys in the back. His family has some Korean heritage, and I'm like, perfect. Let's make a wing sauce, So this is what we came up with. It's still a work in progress, but it's not super spicy. It's still kind of a little sweet, and actually this is what my daughter's eating right now. She loves that. It's taken over as her favorite. Usually her favorite is the chipotle, but now this is kind of taken over.
She's stepping up
stepping it up,
level of spiciness, huh?
How's that? Not bad?
Yeah. And you said this is still a work in progress?
Yeah. It's not. You think it's all right? It's a finished product? Yeah.
And put it on the menu, man.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of a. I love the aftertaste of that, like the spicy miso paste stuff that the Koreans use. So I'm a big food guy. I love food, and we actually have some more things in the works. But
this is
as
really
we were
good.
chatting about before. We usually get stuck doing some of the a little more tedious stuff, unfortunately, which is that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But Salud. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah.
Still okay on the spice, right? No
Yes.
problem. Yeah, no problem.
No, these are delicious.
The
wings.
flaming hot Cheetos was
Yeah.
was good practice. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Now I'm a little curious.
Sure.
Do you guys do R&D in your kitchen year round?
Not year round, so we have a reasonable, not a huge menu, but not a tiny menu.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the stability of the kitchen guys, because when someone comes in, they got to learn the beans and the rice, and they got to learn cutting. They got to learn this chunky salsas and the habanero salsas and the enchilada sauce and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which are the staples, some of the staples of our the tortilla dough. Actually, recently we started to. So originally, we didn't have corn tortillas because we couldn't find corn flour.
Sure.
And the frozen ones are really not so good.
Iffy.
And so we found a company that makes chips, and so they import the flour to make their chips. Okay, we use theirs. Very good. Florida Bakery, good stuff. If you ever need that, very good. A little bit pricey, but they're the only game in town. So what do you do, right? So very good. And then my Mexican partner for this location, he knows a company in Mexico that does this, and really nice product, really nice quality. It's called Arimasa. So we imported a couple batches of that, which was great. But importing stuff sucks, and it is so much work, and it took so much extra work, and it was like, oh my gosh. So I have a friend that is importing. Yeah. So he actually imports from Mexico and the States, and so he was like, okay, let's do it together. So we did it with him. I'm like, hey, your product will guarantee X amount, and you can sell to everywhere. Yeah. And so it was good. So far, so good. And then eventually that kind of fizzled out. And so this is recent. We just started to buy local dried organic Taiwanese corn and sort of do this sort of simmer soak overnight, and then grind them into our own corn tortillas.
Okay.
So that's within the last month or so, and oh man, it's so good. I love that. I mean, we just that's one of the newer things that we're doing, and it's one of the, for me, it's just the smell of that is just pretty. I'm eating like the raw dough. It's pretty amazing, and it really depends on if we can find. If we have stable people, then it's like, all right, let's make more. Let's do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. But if it's the turnovers over and over and over and over and over, just like, okay, learn the beans. All right, do the beans. All right, do the beans. All right, do the beans. So it's kind of like it's. I would like to switch the menu up. Like when you talk to chefs, they're like, oh, if I had my restaurant, it'd be like the daily special, no menu. But yeah, you think that. You think that. You would do that until you open a restaurant. And some people do it. Yeah. And I mean, 1 month, 2 months, up to 6 months, they're in the honeymoon stage where they're doing their little thing, and they're just like. But it's crazy. I mean, when you need to start to delegate, it's tough. It's tough to do that. So I would love to have more stuff and do more things. Yeah. Hopefully in the future, but right now it's tough because turnover is a tough one for us. Yeah. Yeah. What about that's one of the things that I have friends that are also business owners, and that's one of the things that when we all get together that gets complained about the most is sort of staff turnover and staffing issues. And how does Wolfpack do with that situation?
Again, we're very fortunate on this one.
Beautiful.
We have great staff.
Great. Yeah, I thought you were going to say Grace staff. Yeah.
No, we have awesome staff actually.
Okay.
If some of you have been to our shop, our staff Grace, who's been with us. So she's employee
Pretty
number
amazing.
2, I think. I'm employee number 1.
Beauty. Okay.
Employee number 001, and she's 002. And she's been with us ever since we started our company. So.
Shout out to Grace.
Yeah.
Buy you a beer when you come out next time.
Yes.
If he ever lets you off.
Yeah. And yes, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
And our full-time Michael, he's been amazing. So he kind of took over the responsibility of picking out the draft list. Okay. So it's a big part of what we do is that we're constantly checking our draft list
That's
to
beautiful.
make sure that it rotates, and then we have we will try to maintain varieties of beer styles on our menu.
I think that that was actually one of my questions. We originally had that idea, but I that was something that I couldn't delegate. So I was eventually I was just like, all right, just get some blocks, some red points, some Jim and Dads, it's the 55th, and then 23, and then So we usually rotate as well, but we don't rotate as much as we used to because there's some that people come and they're like, I want that hazy New England, and when you take it off and you rotate into something else, they get so pissed off at you. You're like, what the hell, man? Where's the disco? There's no disco on tap. I came here for disco. And I'm like, dude, try something else, man. Try some of the summer mosaic. It's the bomb too.
Yes.
And then they try and they like it, but they give you so much shit, and you're like, man, I don't need that shit in my life. I got enough. So, I'm like, I don't need that in my life, man. So, so we do rotate stuff out, but I would say at least half is always the same. Yeah. But how about you? How do you choose?
So we have 10 taps that are offered year round.
Nice.
And we try to break them up half and half. So half of them will be local brewed, and half of them will be imported.
Nice.
Either from States, England, or Europe. We try to use that as a general guidelines, and then
pretty cool. Yeah.
We go into looking at the beer styles. So we usually keep. I think you guys probably do the same. Yeah. So we keep 2 IPAs and 2 double IPAs, and the rest we kind of just do a mix and match.
Do you have any best-selling style?
So our taps run pretty evenly.
Okay,
I'd say.
Nice. Okay.
And we the only thing that we will watch out for is if it's summertime, we try to keep stouts off the lists.
Yeah.
And for winter times, we
keep them on.
Vice versa. We would put up more stouts or barrel aged.
I love that stuff. That's my jam. I love that stuff. Yeah, that's for me. Yeah. What about you? Favorite style?
It kind of evolves.
Okay.
So everyone starts off with probably like a lager.
Yeah, I think most people.
Yeah, most people start off with a lager, and then they start to learn about pale ales. So there's a stage for pale ales, and then you go into IPAs.
Yeah.
And then that's when you start getting crazy about IPAs. You get into doubles, and then eventually you learn about stouts. But I think for most craft beer enthusiasts that I've talked to, they kind of end up with pale ales or.
I think those are for us the most popular sellers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
IPA, pale ale.
IPAs are good, but then a lot of times you can't drink more than 2 pints or 3 pints.
Yeah.
It kind of numbs your palates.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, at the end of the day, they will go back to pale ales.
For me, I'll drink a lager if I'm having beers, but I don't really want to get drunk.
Mindless drinking.
I'll be like, I'm like, I'm gonna have a couple beers with you guys.
Yes.
I don't want to get drunk. I'll have a couple of lagers, but usually I'll just jump right to the stout.
Sure.
And I think it's because I love chocolate and I love heavy, sort of rich flavors. So I mean, on the stouts, it's my wife actually doesn't really drink beer at all. She doesn't like them, but we tried this. German, Heimich or whatever, no alcohol, whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called in English. And it's similar to a stout with no alcohol.
Sure.
And so she liked it. And so from there, I introduced her to stouts, and she likes the dark stouts, especially the coffee ones, because she's a big coffee coffee girl. Yeah. So
I think that's a good segue for people who don't like, who used to not like beer.
It's the gateway drug.
Yes.
That's why the Germans are all drinking beer, because they have that little malts whatever thing, and they all get into that when they're kids, and then when they get older, it's like, all right, Mexicans, we just start the lagers at whatever age.
But nowadays, what I drink mostly, so funny to mention.
Sure.
What I drink mostly whenever I go to shop,
Yep.
My employees kind of tell me what I have to drink.
Yeah, because that needs to flip.
So whatever needs to
Yeah,
go,
sure, whatever needs
so
to
that
go.
they,
Yeah.
To help them put on new stuff.
Yeah, I have that. I have that with samples. You know, like I've always got these samples, and I'm like, "You got any samples?" And they're like, "Yeah, I got these." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So you try a sample, and some are good, and you're like, "All right." But usually it's like, "Oh man, I just wanted to have them as a little stout before I went home." You know? So.
Yeah.
Samples. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I'm like, I want a bourbon barrel, and they're like,
the
no,
best.
no, you gotta drink the lager. That needs to go. We're gonna put up new lagers. I'm like, okay, fine.
Shoot. Yeah, that's the downside. You don't get to choose what you're drinking anymore. All right, let's finish off the first round, man. That's a cayenne based one.
Okay.
So Taiwan, the story with that is, I always use habaneros and ghosts and all this different stuff, and and we went into the market, and I thought, what's the local stuff like it's available locally? And I found these really long. I found the little Thai ones, the little Thai bird's eyes, and I found the really long red cayenne, and I said, I'll take that. Let's make a sauce.
Okay.
Out of
So
that.
these are made with the
that,
local cayenne pepper.
That's right.
Okay.
Lily, can you round 2? Thank you. So that is, and I try to make them creamy. I love the creamy
sauce
stuff.
is like coated.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too bad, I think. If I can. Okay, now I'm slimy here.
Not too bad. What's that zesty coming from?
Vinegar. A lot of the sauces have a little vinegar in it, just to keep it kind of popping, and vinegar kind of tends to sort of settle the flavors and blend flavors and stuff. So I don't know if that works for beer, but it works for wings. What about sours? Do you ever do sours at yours, or?
Yes.
And how do they do there?
They do okay. So we have this this very supportive customer.
Okay.
I think he's like in his 50s, and he's one of the customers who comes to our shop
for
just about every single day.
Beautiful.
And he's
your brand
big pusher for sours.
Okay. Well, and, you gotta give people what they want.
Yeah, and our full-time employee Michael, who also loves sours.
Okay.
So he would take every chance that he could get to put sours on tap.
I think it's important that the pusher, the man, the guy, the bartender.
Yes.
If he likes it, if he likes the sours, or if he likes what's on, it's gonna sell better. I mean, I remember we have tried to put on a couple sours here, and it's pretty tough. It's tough for us as a Mexican restaurant. We cannot sell sours on tap. And Matt from 23 came in, and we had his what was it? His sour. I think was it cucumber Weiss?
Cucumber.
The sour cucumber. We had that on tap, and he was telling me he came in for a pint, and he's like, "Hey," he talks to this girl who used to work with us, Peggy, and he's like, "Hey, Peggy, I'll have a pint of that sour," and she's like, "Oh, you sure? Nobody likes the sours, you know." And I'm like, "Oh."
She didn't know who Matt was.
She didn't know who Matt was.
No.
And I was like, "Oh," and he's just like, "Yeah, that's probably why the sours are not selling." And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah,
whoops."
Although I have heard that the cucumber sours or the bites does very well at their
he always tells me that. They always tell me that. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It's like drinking a beer salad, the cucumber. But I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard for me, man. I haven't been able to flip sours. We also tried a plum sour, an 886 plum sour, which was also quite tough to sell.
Sure.
Yeah, so when we get really experimental like that, it ends up being like mai song yi, and then it's bad because people are drinking that, but first of all, they're not enjoying it, and they're not drinking anything else because they're just getting buy one get one, right? And then you're like, okay, so now that sucks, But I mean, I don't want to throw beer away either, so I have a couple times, but it's pretty rare, yeah. Yeah, so occasionally we'll do like some 18-day on tap, and that it's funny because we always have the long dong on, and so I put them up side by side, and the long dong is always, it's a little bit, we have to sell for a little higher than, because 18 days, it's pretty cheap, but the long dong is it kicks it beats the pants off of everything, man. It beats the pants off of all of them. People like it's a pretty simple basic lager. It's like 4.8 and. Hey, it's a good lager. Yeah,
I agree.
Now that we're kind of halfway, I want to ask you about the Wicked Review. Wicked Review, man. People think that I know a lot about beer because I have all the craft beers and they'll talk my ear off about it, but I actually know very little about beer. I know what I like. I know what I like. I just know, okay, this one tastes good. I like it. This one tastes like chocolate and bourbon, and I like it. But I was actually one of the guys who enjoyed your show, man.
Thank you.
Let's put it right here. And so, what's up? Thank you.
So the problem, the challenge that we face with the Wicked Review is that we have a lot of fun making the videos.
Sure,
that's
they
no
should
problem.
Be fun. Should be fun.
Of course, you're working and you get to drink.
Okay, thank you.
Nobody's gonna complain about boss drinking at work.
Sure. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
But it takes a lot of time to post process.
Okay.
So now we actually have a few episodes that were shot already.
Beautiful.
But just haven't done any post-processing yet.
So Chinese New Year, we're going to release like 5 episodes.
Yes. Yeah? So Grace is going to give me grief about this. I think
Grace.
I think it was last New Year. So the Chinese New Year's of this year, I told Grace before we went on Chinese New Year vacation, I told her, over the long weekend, I'm going to get this done, push out new episodes, and sure enough, didn't happen.
Okay.
But I think
we're getting close to New Year's again. So,
yes. So I think what we'll do, we'll definitely try to get Wicked Reviews back.
I love those.
But this time we will probably make it a little shorter form.
Sure.
Video.
I remember one of them. You had some brewers in, right? Like you had guests in, right?
Yes.
That's pretty. That's what we're doing right now. I think that's very, very cool. Yeah.
Yes. So
some knowledgeable guys, some beer brewers in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the brewery name, man. I'm sorry.
It was the Heroes Brewing Company.
That's what it was. Yes,
from Hong Kong. They visited Taiwan, and we actually somehow I forgot how we knew that they were coming to Taiwan, but we basically just Facebook messaged them and told them, we want to do a review on your beer and heard you guys are in town next week and come on by, and they showed up.
That's cool. I really think that companies need to collaborate.
Right.
People need to collaborate because, everybody has different groups and different fans and different everything. So I think if everybody kind of brings their own little group, I think that it's that's the way to do it. That's kind of the way everybody grows and improves, and that's really cool of them, man. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think
I had Brett on a couple weeks ago from 23, which was also very cool. The first brewer that actually agreed to come on, and I was like, come on, guys, what's going on?
I think everyone should start doing this in the digital media age.
Agree.
All it takes is a quick email or a quick message.
Sure, agree.
Reach out, and you never know what you're gonna get in response.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Love it. Love that. Love it. All right. So we got some Wicked Reviews coming over Chinese New Year, like 5 episodes, right?
Yes. We should,
All right. Let's jump on the next one, yeah? The next one, so this is going to get a little hotter. This one should still be okay.
Okay.
This one is made with fresh jalapenos when we can get them.
Okay.
This one is sort of a creamy jalapeno.
Is that this one over here?
That's this one right here, actually. Okay. Yeah, we sell bottles of this when we can get fresh jalapenos, which is
apparently jalapenos are very difficult to get in Taiwan.
They're like gold out here, man. Jeez, yeah. So that's
let me know when you get the next batch.
I'll hook it up. I actually have been struggling to get any of them. Like we deal with about 4 farms locally, and some grow them, and they all grow different chilies, and it's just like sometimes, like especially for jalapenos, typhoons just seem to wipe them out. I don't know why. I don't know anything about growing them because I've never grown them, but it seems to happen a lot. Yeah. So we got the creamy jalapenos, man.
Okay.
Jump on there, brother.
I will do the wings this time.
Yeah, get on it, man. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Take it easy. Bye. So have you ever had anything really bad happen in the Wolfpack, Wicked Wolfpack, like a bar fight or altercation or anything like that?
No, not
really. Okay.
No.
Has anything ever off the wall kind of ever happened to you in there? Like any customers insulting you or?
No. Well, so I think so when we first started, a lot of there are a few customers that were offended by how we price our products.
Okay.
They are not happy with
the price.
Us charging beer for X amount of money.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
But so this customer didn't give us a chance to explain. He basically looked at the menu and shouted at us.
Okay.
And said that you guys are crazy for selling beer so expensive.
Okay.
And then he left.
Okay.
He didn't even.
Well, you don't have to. Yeah, we have a lot of.
But I mean,
customers can be crazy.
What we do, I mean, honestly, we like I said, we spend a lot of time trying to pick our beer.
Of course.
We keep our beer line clean. We actually do our own beer line maintenance in house.
Okay.
And that
which is a pain in the ass.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's
so
a pain in the ass.
Everything adds up that you don't see.
And you gotta waste so much beer when you do that. Yeah.
Right, and we actually do. We actually do throw out beers that are bad.
Okay. Yeah.
That are past the
due dates.
The due dates.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of these overheads add up, and that's something that you don't see.
People don't see that. Yeah, they say, "Well, I can get a Guinness for $50 at 7-Eleven." You're like, "What?
Sure.
Why?
So
why don't you just go there then, homeboy?" You
right.
know? So yeah.
But that's how I keep telling our employees is that if we do our due diligence.
Sure.
There is no shame of charging people a reasonable amount of price for quality and service.
I mean, if I agree 100%, you can see like Neo Ro Mien. You can get like a good one or a cheap one, and I mean apparently there's a 15,000 NT Neo Ro Mien somewhere, and people are paying for it, and there's lineups, and so.
Sure.
I agree exactly with everything you just said. So.
Yeah. And I think
keep up the good fight, man. I love it.
We didn't anticipate, so this was not done intentionally, but that's how. I think that's ironically that's how we kind of don't have any bad customers.
Okay.
Is that people come in and they know that you care about the product, so they come in, they care about the service, and they care about being respectful in this environment. So we don't actually get rowdy customers at our shops.
I think. A little bit of like a I don't know how to say it wrong, but like a premium price. It keeps like the cheapo crazy people. I mean, not all cheapo people are crazy, but I mean there are some that I've had some that have just been like one dude like yelling in my face, and I'm like, dude, everybody has limits, man. You're about to go for a ride, so you know what I mean, like so. Everybody has limits, so I agree. I think that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I mean, like I've been very close to physically, and I'm so chill. I mean, it takes a lot to get me to that
get you riled up.
A lot, but So anyways, there's some crazy people around. And they're like, well, I'll take my business elsewhere, and you're like, well, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
But other than that, I think occasional bathroom hazards, that's very typical
that's
for restaurants.
That's bar restaurant. Yeah, that's no problem. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. No bad stories like that. Very cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any on your Facebook page, like any bad reviews, like a 1-star review, or
yes.
Have you ever
So
had,
we used
how
to
do you
care.
how do you I mean, we all have. I mean, this is not an insult. We all have them. I mean, I got one last week that was like, oh, this the staff, the male staff is really snobby and they're shit, and you're like, oh, 1 star. You're like, what? So how do you react or to these?
We used to care.
Do you react? Yeah.
We used to care about it a lot.
Yeah.
But
Same.
now we kind of don't care about it at all.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like cafes. You know, everyone's got their favorite cafes that they love to go to every day.
I agree. Yeah.
And you know, if customers like you, they like you for who you are. So just trying to please every customer is
not possible.
I don't think it's a good way to go.
It's not possible. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think you should try to take care of everyone.
Of course. Yeah.
But when some people are just idiots. Some people, they're just not happy, and they just want to piss people off. Or on the other hand, like we've had situations where even here, like I've had some staff where I had to be like, hey, you need to take, smile.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not joking. You gotta, when you hear people come here, they want to have a beer, they want to have a margarita, they want to have some tacos. Something's going on that brought them here. Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they had a long day. They don't want to come in and have, this shitty face when they, someone opens a door and you're just like, hey, what do you want?
Yes.
I've had this in restaurants, and I've been to restaurants where food's amazing. I love it, and I love food. But the staff was just awful, and like there's actually, I don't want to say the name, but there's a really nice Italian place in town in Tianmu that the food's really good. But my wife and I, we went up and we're like, okay, the kitchen closes at 2. It's like 1:45, 1:40.
Yeah.
We pulled up. I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. If I'm like, okay. So I opened the door and then we're like, oh, 2, can we still, hi Oma, can we still eat? And he was on the phone and he was just like, so I'm like, okay, waiting. And he was on there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, hey. And I started to like, hey.
Yeah.
I'm freaking standing here, man. And he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And he just didn't acknowledge that we were even there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the food is, we've eaten there once or twice before and also had shitty service. But we're like, I want some Italian. Let's try it. Let's just go there. We know it's going to be shit service, but let's just go. And this was the third time, and I've never gone back because, I mean, this guy probably doesn't even work there anymore. But I still have the image of this guy. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's completely ignoring me and my wife, and I'm like, man, that is rough. That's rough. Yeah, that's rough. Just be like, hey, sorry, give me 1 sec, man. Yeah. Cool, no problem. I'll give you 2. Give you 10 minutes. I'm easy. Yeah. But again, it takes me a lot to get riled up, and I was like, man, I'm about to smack this guy. And my wife's like, let's just go. I'm like, yeah, let's just go. Let's go. No problem. I'm not gonna waste my time. Yeah. But unfortunate, because the food's great, very good food. Yeah, but we haven't been back. Maybe I don't know if it's still good, but it was. Yeah. It was very good, man. I mean, sometimes you want to get a nice Italian. And you're like, yeah, let's get some pasta, man. It's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So here we have a problem selling cans.
Okay.
So do you guys have a problem selling cans? Do you sell cans? And if you do have that problem, what have you guys done to solve that?
I think I'm not sure about your customer base.
Sure. Yeah.
But for us, we're a specialty shop. Okay. So people come in, and most customers have a certain level of knowledge about beer. If not, they're very open to learn about beer.
Beauty. Okay.
And I think we're set up a little different from how you guys are with the restaurants.
Sure.
So our customers are very open to learn about different containers and how they affect beer. Okay. So I think cans don't get as much love as they should.
Oh, they totally should, man. I love cans.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, cans are the best way to preserve, one of the best ways to preserve beer because they don't get exposed to light.
Drink cans, guys. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do okay, but with our shop, our bottles and cans are supplementary to our draft list.
Sure.
So whatever beer styles that we can put on the draft list, we substitute.
Sure. That makes sense.
Fill in the gaps.
Like, yeah, I mean, everybody's going for draft.
Yeah.
Most people, 95%-ish,
yeah.
right? Okay, yeah. I mean, I remember when one of the first tap rooms opened up here, and I like cans. I'm good with cans. And they had maybe, I can't remember, 10 or 20 taps or whatever. And I never get out of this area, but I went out for beers. And we're going down for some beers. And we go up there, and they're like, hey, you know, what's your style? And I'm like, well, I like dark beers. I like this. I like a little bit of sweet, you know, like bourbon-y. And like, I got this one style. You're going to love it. And I'm like, perfect. I'm sitting right there. Send it over. And I'm like looking at the tap list. I'm like, ooh, I wonder which one it is, you know. And then the guy comes over, and boom, and he puts a can in my face. And I'm like, what? I'm like, but we were just talking about like the tap wall, man. And he's like, yeah, no, this is the one you wanted. And I'm like, so I mean, definitely I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, cans are good. But I mean, if you're going to like the place and they got like 10 or 20 taps and they got your style on tap. I mean, tap is beautiful. I love that. Yeah. I love that creamy. You guys have Nitro tap as well, right?
Yes, we have one Nitro tap set up. But now we usually now we.
How does that work?
It's hard to get Nitro beer in Taiwan.
It has to be specially something.
Not a lot
for
of importers
Nitro, right?
get Nitro beers, so we don't get Nitro beers.
Okay.
So most of the time we just put our house-made Nitro cold brew coffee. Single origin coffee.
I didn't know that. Oh, I'll be there tomorrow for that, man. I love that. Yeah, I love cold brew, and I love that nitro, that creaminess.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
So nitrogen basically preserves, actually helps prevent oxidation.
Okay.
So that's how we keep our cold brew coffee fresh longer.
Oh wow, that's very cool. I love cold brew.
Yeah.
You guys are making your own.
Yes.
Love it. And you're kegging your own. Cold brew? Wow,
yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
Cook or those cakes that has a lid that you open up. And you can pour your cold brew in there.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. What do we got next? We got. So there's a guy, a friend of mine. He's got a little company where they make hot sauce as well, and we feature some of his stuff on here. So this is one of his, and it's called the Secret Sauce. It's kind of a blend of different ones. And so it's the secret sauce from Flavor the World. Shout out to Flavor the World.
All right.
We love it. We love your sauces, man. And let's eat it.
Now this is packing some heat.
Starting to get up there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It creeps up on you.
For sure. You feel anything on the lips yet?
Yep.
Any of the tingles? The tingles are coming?
Yep.
Good. So I'm curious, we were chatting earlier before we went live about a private high school. I mean, you said that your family has a private high school. I didn't even know that was a thing. A private high school has an owner. That's how cool is that? That's very cool.
Yeah. So
and how does that work out? I mean,
the school was passed down by my grandpa.
Ooh, that one's getting spicy.
And
yeah.
It's got some kicks.
Yeah.
So it was passed down by my grandpa and out to my dad.
They founded a private school. Your grandpa founded a private school. I mean, sorry, I'm cutting you off here, but that's I'm pretty interested.
They founded a private high school, and it used to be high school and junior high.
Okay.
And then, so I went to that junior high school.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Got a good deal on tuition, I bet, yeah.
Of course. You gotta support your own school.
Hell yeah.
And now, now we do mostly vocational.
Okay.
So we have culinary students in culinary and automobile, auto mechanics, and some in computer science, electronics, and multimedia.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you're helping out there lately, you were saying?
Yeah. So
okay.
I think this is one.
Ooh, spicy.
So I think everyone's got some, thoughts and inputs, opinions about education.
Of course.
And
of course, yeah.
Don't
put your kid in school for 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having experience the U.S. educational system. I felt that there is something I need to do with the Taiwanese education.
Beautiful, nice. So you want to help change this?
I do. I think we need to put students. We need to get them out of school earlier.
My daughter's down with that, man.
Yeah, and
even though she's off at 12,
we need to get rid of more textbooks and introduce them with real world problems.
Agree.
It's a very important skill to have.
It's very important. Yeah, I agree. I mean, sometimes you get, people come in for it's their first job, and it's like, woof, man, you cannot sweep, cannot mop, cannot wash dishes, cannot communicate.
They can't even do their own dishes.
Cannot communicate.
Yeah.
I think communication is like one of the biggest things.
Yes.
One of the biggest problems for us is when I'm always down to communicate, down to chat, but sometimes people they can't, or they won't. They just shell up and they hide stuff, and they could be absolutely miserable here or love it here, and you wouldn't even know because no one says anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, if you don't know how to make that, just let me know. I'll retrain you how to show you how to do it. Oh yeah, I know. And then it's completely wrong. You're like, oh my gosh. All right, I'm going into the horchata here, man. So horchata is our specialty Mexican drink.
Okay. I've never had this before.
It's made with rice water.
Okay. And a little
vanilla, cinnamon, sugar. Yeah.
Is this the drink that you guys drink when you were kids?
Actually, even the adult in Mexico, people have a sweet tooth, lots of sweet, sweet teeth. I would like to say, but yeah, I mean, a lot of meals are eaten with horchata. Yeah, people love it. So we make our own, and we serve it, and it goes pretty good.
Oh, I like it.
Of course, in Mexico, it's probably 10 to 20 times sweeter than this,
oh my God.
Which is very, very, very sweet. But we've tamed the sweet down a tiny bit for here, because it's even with me, like I don't really drink much soda or anything, so I don't drink that much sweet stuff. The only time I'll do sodas and stuff like that is take my daughter to the movies. Yeah. And it's like popcorn, boom, big ass Coke, let's go, Yeah, yes. So which is great because in Tianmu we've got a movie theater. So
yes,
my daughter is. We like to go. We don't really watch much TV, and we don't have like cable or anything really. But we do watch movies, man. We do go. We don't have Netflix or anything, but we watch movies in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Just about every single kids movie that comes out.
Frozen 2.
We go for we saw that on like the first day, and so we go in and we watch all the movies, and because literally sometimes we're here and it's a slow day, and you're like, okay, what's up? You look at
check the schedule.
Just check the schedule. It's like movie starting. Wreck-It Ralph 2 starts in 10 minutes, and you're like, all right, we're in.
We're going across the street.
Let's go. Like we're going to the movies. What? Yeah, you want to come? My wife will be like, well, sometimes she's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's like, well, no, I got to do this. I'm like, all right, peace out. We're going to the movies. And then it's just like we go up in the big tub of popcorn and whatever. So that's what it's. I love that, man.
You go all out.
We don't watch much TV, but we watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Right now, she's into Pokemon big time.
Popcorn and sodas, everything, and then it's all for the kids, right?
For hell yeah. So is Pokemon collecting. Yeah, that's all for the kids too. Yeah, it's cool because oh man, she's all up in the Pokemon stuff lately. Yeah, love that stuff. Do you guys? I mean, I've done a pop-up at your place.
Yeah.
I know that Texas Tom's is done a pop-up at your place. Do you guys do many of those, or how does that work out? I mean, does the bar do well when you get pop-ups in there? Or?
We do. How do they
do it?
So pop-ups, we ought to do a better job.
Sure. Okay. No.
Reaching out to different
I think there's a lot of people that
want to do it. Yeah. So if anybody wants to do a pop-up, more than welcome to reach out to us as well. A lot of times we don't know what channels to go through to reach out to these people.
I think Raul was one of the guys that's been doing a lot of pop-ups, and he gets quite a few, and mostly Latino ones, right? Because he's also plugged into the Latin community.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people. I just met this dude online who was stories don't start off very, very well like that. I just met this dude online.
Uh-huh.
But sorry, your name's escaping me right now. But he's a cook. He's like a chef.
Yeah.
But he's like a vegan sort of a chef guy.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna come up here, and we're gonna do some vegan stuff, and he's gonna do a little pop up, and I'll probably get him on the show, and we'll do the cauliflower wings for him because he's vegan.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm all about collabing, and if I have some more eyes than somebody, I'm all about, hey, let's talk about this guy, and hopefully there are people that are more popular than what we're doing. I'm down to get some of those eyes over here as well, and we're gonna do some vegan. Like we do have vegetarian and vegan tacos and stuff, but this guy is a specifically vegan sort of chef, which is great because I don't know that much about that stuff. I'll be honest, right?
Yeah, you're
It's
very.
tough.
It sounds like you're very limited on the ingredients.
Yeah, for sure. You are very limited.
So you gotta get very creative.
And I think the killer is not just the vegan. It's the in Taiwan. I mean, I didn't even know that there was this kind of vegetarian. C3 guys. Yeah, I didn't know that much about this vegetarian thing, but I guess there's like a Buddhist kind of vegetarian where you can't have onion or garlic.
Yeah.
Vegan, okay, I can roll with that. This is tough though, because we use a lot of garlic and a lot of onion, and I love it. I mean, like my daughter from like age 2 would just munch on raw onions, man. It's just because that's what we do. We love that stuff. Garlic and onions, man. We eat that to death. It's crazy. We love that stuff. So that's tough because that's always a base for us. Like, let's get the garlic and onion in there. Actually, all the creamy stuff, that's the base, the garlic and onion. It's like this creamy, like,
Gotcha.
it's garlic and onion, man. It's always the secret to us. So
Sure.
Garlic and onions, man. We love them. So we can make stuff without them, but we can't guarantee that they're going to be that good.
You're missing layers in the flavor.
Exactly. We made some chili yesterday. Yesterday. Anyway, one of these days for a private party that's coming up, and it's like layering. You got to layer and layer and layer and layer, and you're like, and if you're missing layers, it's probably still all right, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. Yeah,
Of course.
let's do the next wing, man.
Okay.
So the next one, I was talking about it earlier, where we're using the cayennes.
Okay.
So this one is same recipe, but we use bird's eye, the little Thai spicy one. A lot of them. So it's gonna be spicier for sure.
Yes.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
So we're down to the last two, man. You done well.
I'll go for the wings.
Yeah, whatever you want, man.
For this
whatever
one.
You want.
This is a
Get
big
on,
bird.
just flip that
This
guy
is
right
a big
there,
bird.
yeah. It's got some of those, some of the Mexican steroids in them right there. Yeah. What? Damn, this is a huge drumstick. My God.
Let me flip the table for a bit. So
Sure, go for
probably
it.
not a lot of people know that Eddy was a soccer coach. How was your days coaching soccer?
So I played since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I coached probably from about age 12 up until recently. Actually, right now, I have buddies that are coaching.
Yeah.
And I'm helping them out on Saturdays, Saturday morning for a couple weeks.
Okay. And this is for like the
MFA. No, it's a private club called the MFA, the Master Football Academy. Check them out; they're really good.
Okay.
If you have kids, that's a great place to send your kids to learn soccer. And if they are, I think between 5 and 8 this Saturday, and they are in Tianmu Park, I will be coaching them.
Oh, right over there?
Yeah, just over here.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I know I don't leave Tianmu very often. Like I said, people are saying, hey, let's go do this.
We got everything here, man.
And if it's past crafted, that's too far for me. I'm sorry. Actually, I do like to head out, but it's just raw. It's not easy to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is...
Oh, yeah, baby. Thai. We call that the Thai style, baby. Thai style right there, yeah.
Reaching for the milk for
There
rescue.
you go. You got to do it. You got to get the milk. I was doing the horchata. I'm saving the milk. We can get more milk. So I'm going to do a little rapid fire, man.
Sure.
I'll mention a brewery. You tell me what you think. Cool. Stone Brewery.
Stereotypical old people's beer.
Okay. Good.
But I like them.
For sure. Asahi. I see you did something with Asahi, right? Recently on your Facebook. No.
No. Asahi, mindless drinking. Good choice for mindless drinking.
Orion. I always call it Orion until I went to Okinawa and they're like Orion. And I'm like, oh, I've been an asshole all these years.
I'm really.
It's just a lager, right?
Yeah, it's a lager. There's nothing to complain about, but nothing to
light.
be excited about.
All right, let's get crazy. Brewdog.
Don't have much for them.
Nothing. Heart of Darkness. It's a Vietnamese one, right?
Yeah. They actually have a lot of good, interesting flavors.
Okay.
I like them.
Okay. What about Kentucky? The Kentucky Ales. Hashtag Dave Bob.
Yeah.
Dave Bob the man.
So they're breaking my heart.
Oh, Dave Bob, don't go breaking my heart.
So Kentucky is a staple at our shop. They do very well ever since we started.
Yeah, of course, it's the best. That's what I get.
But
my
I heard
go-to.
they're gonna be out of the pulling out of the Taiwanese market.
Oh no! I sell bottles of that because that's actually.
Yeah.
I can't put that on tap, but I go to his place to drink it on tap, and I have bottles of that, and they're pulling out. I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
it's one of those taps, like Eddie said. Customers come in and
you have to.
If they don't see Bourbon Barrel on tap, you see in their eyes, they're not mad. They're just disappointed.
Yeah, I'm mad at you, right?
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh man, I better go drink some more of that then. Founders.
I love Founders. But for some reason, Founders doesn't get much love in Taiwan.
Really?
I don't know why. So I love the Centennial.
Centennial got some great stuff, man.
Founders.
Yeah, sure.
That's like the one Centennial hop beer that I will never forget.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why they don't get much love in Taiwan.
What about Guinness?
I used to. Okay. So I used to love Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated whenever I buy Guinness at 7-Eleven. They
With
got
a little
these
widget.
they got a little widget.
I love that.
I'm always stunned by it. It never gets old. I like them.
I do. Lagunitas.
Little bias here. So
Okay.
Lagunitas is from the North Coast.
Okay.
That's north of San Francisco, and that's very close where I used to live in Campbell, San Jose.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah.
So,
Campbell.
Yes,
Okay.
love Lagunitas. Love something.
Okay.
Just about everything that Lagunitas offers.
Wow. Okay. So I hit a winner there. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, and I was
Not like
really
Brewdog.
happy to see them
Okay.
in Taiwan recently.
Okay. Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
What about what's your favorite?
We're talking
Not
local
to
brew? Are we
insult
talking about
anybody.
local brews or
Let's do
imported?
one and one, local and one.
Okay.
And we're just saying, it's not like we have to pick somebody and screw everyone else, right?
I think for locals,
Brewery or beer is fine.
I actually appreciate Jim and Dad a lot.
Jim, hashtag Jim and Dad's
Yeah,
Hot
shout out
Bomb
to
Summer
Jim.
Mosaic.
So
And Jim sung sexy ass. You got to get on the show,
Yes.
brother.
Yes. So Jim is very
Don't be scared,
invested.
homie.
He has a passion for brewing beer.
Jim's a great guy too. I
Yeah,
love
and
Jim.
they don't go cheap on their ingredients. I've been to
Okay.
their finally went to their brewery.
That's beautiful.
Last
I want
month
to live
and
there, man.
Saw
Yeah.
their storage area, and
Okay.
yeah, they don't go cheap on their ingredients.
Okay, that's good. I love Jim. Jim's a great guy.
Yeah.
He lives in Tianmu too, right?
Uh-huh.
Tianmu kid too, yeah.
Yes, and their beer has been very consistent in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Okay, very cool. What about import? Lagunitas, or you got something better than that?
Lagunitas, I also like. I think Revision is a very good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
But we don't get
Joe O'Brien, man. Hashtag Joe O'Brien.
But I love to
craft.
see their Revision double IPAs on tap.
Oh,
if at all possible.
Okay, that sounds
no
good,
pressure,
Joe.
Joe.
No pressure, Joe. No pressure. No, that stuff is like that's like the Champ IPA, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
You know, people were saying that. I'm like, all right, I'll get some, and I was like,
yeah.
Damn, in bottle, it's this good.
Yeah.
Okay, damn, that is good stuff, man.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I like Revision.
And I do like IPAs and stuff, but yeah, I mean,
what's your favorite local brew?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I mean, I kind of. I don't know. I need to think about that one, I think, because I think a lot of them have a different, like one of their styles is the best.
Yeah, the strong.
Like for like stouts, like block. I love block stouts. I love the block stouts. Yeah. I love Jim's double hop bomb. I love the disco. I love the number one. From 23, I love that. Yeah, I love the hazy from Red Point. Those are basically what I have on tap right now. It's hard to choose one. It just kind of depends on the mood. But I love the dark stuff, man.
I agree. Yeah.
But I also like the 23's got that sort of heavy Scotch ale, which is again sweet.
Yep.
Which I'm a bit of a sweet tooth, and so it's tough to choose one. But 55th's IPA, I love. I love 55th's IPA. I don't know. If I had to choose one, I don't know who I would choose, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. 55th.
I never really thought about it.
Their smoky amber is pretty good too.
Yeah, I do love their smoky amber. Yeah. For sure. And for import, I would. I only usually use local. I mean, well, I know when I go back to Canada, there's a brewery called Sleeman's. And they do like a Sleeman's honey brown lager, which is again honey. It's sweet. I like it. And they do a Sleeman's cream ale, which is pretty amazing. I love that. So, but craft beer has grown in Canada as well. Definitely American influence, but yeah, good stuff, man. I don't know who I would choose, to be honest. If I had to pick one, it's funny when I go somewhere else. I don't get any of these ones because I have them on tap already. I'm like, I'm going to try something else. But actually, I have to say, maybe if I'd go for the import, I'd have to say the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, man. I love that. I could drink that one all day, every day. Yeah.
That is true.
I'm disappointed, though. I didn't know that they were pulling out. So, not good. Not good,
Dave.
That is not good. Dave Bob, you got to get your butt back here and fix things, man. Dave Bob. Hashtag Dave Bob is the man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Least favorite for me might be I think the Belgium styles for me are they always taste really yeasty and weedy and just kind of they're not bad, they just I don't know, just it's a little they're not my favorite.
Yeah. I would have to
I mean I would drink them. I do drink them, but
I'd have to agree. I think a lot of the Belgium, especially the fruity ones.
Yeah. I mean fruity again, if they're getting fruity and sweet, I'm down. But when they get really yeasty, like wheat and yeasty, then I'm kind of like, oh, this is great. And then after one pint, I'm like, oh, I don't want beer anymore. Yeah.
It numbs your palate.
It's weird. It's quite a weird one for me, man.
Cool.
Man, are we going for it?
Yeah.
We're going for the last one.
Yeah.
So we made it. This guy made it all the way to the end. We're here.
Yeah.
And we're eating the last one. And the last one is made with ghost pepper. So,
wing or
drumstick, man.
peppers.
Wing or drumstick?
Oh.
Get on it, brother. Hell yeah. What are we doing? Wait a minute, that's not so
This
bad.
one is actually
it's less than the other
less
one.
spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
weird.
because our palates are numb.
Maybe we're numbed. I think it's going to creep, but we'll see. All right, I'm still doing a little bit. Because we use fresh ingredients, sometimes it's like, it like varies and stuff, right?
Hard to gauge, yeah.
Hey, that wasn't bad at all. Okay. All right. So I won't have like stomach pains at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, but it's just delicious.
For everybody, but we do it because we love you guys, the viewers, right?
Yes.
So, is there a bar in town or in the States, or anywhere in the world that you think that's what I want Wolfpack to be? Like something that inspires you to be like, holy crap, that's the level. That's the level. Okay.
That's a good question.
Is it creeping?
Yeah.
Creeping a little bit?
Yeah. A little distracted.
A little bit, yeah.
Bar that we want to be?
Or that you'd like to go to. Like I know that Brewdog has a hotel where you can bathe in IPA or something apparently. Is there anything like that you would like to check out as a beer guy?
I think the main the very crucial important element of a bar is the people.
Man,
not the setting, really.
Shit, I love that. Another beer? What are you having, man? Get you one more. What do you need? Stout or Scotch ale, or what do you need?
Yeah, maybe you have to go for a Scotch ale to.
Can I get a Scotch ale?
Press this down.
Oh yeah. Number three. Just one. I'm good.
Yeah, I think
one number 3. 23.
Thinking
Big Papa.
If we just think as a customer, when you go out to a bar, you're out there to have fun. It doesn't matter how fancy the place is. If the bartender is a jackass, then you're not having fun.
It's true. I love that, man.
It's the people that really.
I love that, man.
Make the place.
I love that.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it can go either way. I mean, I've been to, again, like my story I just said.
Yeah, the Italian restaurant.
Italian place is great food and the place is nice and it's so cozy, but the service was just awful. Yeah. And I haven't gone back, and for me, coming from Mexico, there's so many hole in the wall places that are just they're like the definition of hole in the wall. But you go in and it's like grandma's making the stuff and she's like, oh, like in Spanish, like, oh, hey son, how you doing? Yeah. You want some of this? And put a little extra meat on it, and you're just like, yeah, I'm in. I'm sold. I love it. Right. So you can go to a bar or a restaurant and just be like, one of the reasons that I started this restaurant, when I was in college, I went to this, I was dating this girl and she loved Italian food. And one of the, it was her birthday or something. It was like my first girlfriend, not first girlfriend, but the first girlfriend that I really liked and that I was just like, like my first girlfriend. So read between the lines. But basically I took her out for her birthday to this Italian place and we got recommended, and it was actually a house in like the ghetto. Okay. That was converted into a restaurant, an Italian restaurant. We went in, it was tiny. It was like 4 or 5 tables. And we went in, I mean, we're college kids, tank tops, basketball shorts. Sure. You go in and everyone else is like done up, like black tie and suit and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, I missed that part of the memo. So I missed that memo. Thanks, man. And cheers. Cheers. What did I get? The Scotch ale, right? Yes. Have you tried that? Or the Big Papa Scotch ale?
Yeah.
So basically I went in and I told her, okay, we're going to eat, blah, blah, blah. And then we sat down, we got, lasagna and ravioli, the stuff that we knew, right? Yeah. And then this, the
things that you can't pronounce.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we went in there and I was like, okay, and this chef, I mean, I swear, I don't know if it's my shitty memory or if it's true. He looked like Chef Boyardee. This dude, he comes out with like a big hat and he's like, hey, ya mamma mia, So he comes out, he sits down with every single table and he explains the care that he did to make their dish. And he's he's just like, this is what we do. We make the pasta this and we do this. And I'm like, okay, I'm embarrassed because everyone's like fancy people, right? Sure. And then there's us, college kids. We don't have money. They know we got no money. Yeah. And we're there for a special occasion because, and I'm like, he's not going to sit with us. I'm like, okay, cool. That's kind of like, So he doesn't sit with us. And then we're the last table. At the end, he comes around to us, looks at us. He sits with us. And he goes, how you doing, man? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm like, food was amazing, man. He's like, you know what? This is what we do with our lasagna. Every morning, we take the eggs and the blah, 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 and the flour, and this is how we make every sheet, every layer of pasta by hand, and we do this. And instead of using ground beef, we have this really nice, like, ribeye, this and that, and that's how we put that in the lasagna. And he explained everything to me and my, my broke college, girlfriend. And we were broke, right? And I'm like, I was blown away by, I never had that experience in my life, except for going to like a Mexican house, which is like, it's your family, right? But I mean, a complete stranger at a restaurant that you don't know, you've been on the first time, and he comes out and he's just like, it's called, I don't know if it's still around, it's called Mafeos in Nanaimo. I was blown away. Amazing food, but not just the food. This guy, beautiful guy, comes out, amazing guy, blew my mind. And I told myself, if I ever do anything, I want to make people feel like this guy made me feel. So that's why I really try. I mean, I try to come out and I try to talk to people. Sometimes people that don't want to talk to you, but I try to talk to everybody, and I try to make people feel comfortable. And this guy blew my mind. So it was a pretty amazing experience, man. Yeah. And it was not a fancy place. It was just a little house that was painted up Mexican style, converted into a living room, was converted into like a dining area. Yeah. So pretty cool, man. I agree. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, we're in the people business. So really, they're paying not just for the food or the drinks. They're paying for the entire experience.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
So we made it.
Yes.
That's not so bad. The flaming hot Cheetos helped.
Yeah,
right?
although it's still
there. It's gonna be there for a while, man. Yeah. It'll be there tomorrow morning too. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have any favorite wings? Did you have a favorite in there?
I think I actually like the jalapeno one because
that was okay.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of jalapeno.
You have to use fresh for that, which is rare
in Taiwan.
Yeah. Agree.
That was one, and the
Korean was pretty solid, right? Nice. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Right. I have to tell my guy that we nailed it. I think it's there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, good job.
Do you have anything you want to share or plug before we go? You doing anything for New Year's Eve or anything like that?
No. Oh, okay. So we'll probably do like we'll run some deals on the beers.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. What about Chinese New Year plans? Just chilling.
We'll give our employees a break.
Okay. Take a little break. Eat some food. Get fat.
The vacation that they've wanted for over a year.
Yeah. Sure. We all need that. We all need that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything new? You got some trivia nights or anything coming up?
Yes.
Did I just miss one? Did we just miss one?
Sometime in January.
Okay.
I think it's on the 17th or 18th. So it's a Friday, mid-January.
Okay. Mid-January Friday.
Yeah, come on out.
Come out, check.
You don't have to have a team.
You don't have to be smart.
You can come
so
out
I can
solo
check it out
as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come out solo. It's gonna be English trivia night.
Beauty. Okay.
And we're grateful to have hosts that are willing to.
I've always wondered how those work. I've never been to one. I'll probably come and check it out, man. If I can escape, I would love to come check it out.
So whenever we host a trivia night, the winner of that night will be hosting the next trivia. So they will be
I like
the
that.
one
That's
making
pretty
up the
cool.
questions. Yes.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're lucky. This was an idea came up with provided by Jeff.
Very cool. What's up, Jeff?
From TAS. His family moved to South Africa, I think.
Oh,
just last year.
Okay,
but he was the one who suggested having a trivia night.
Cool.
For the expats in the Tianmu community. So.
I've actually had people suggest it, but I have no idea how to run that. I was like, we'll just do karaoke. You guys do trivia night, man.
Yeah. And so funny thing about Eddie and I is that even though we don't visit each other's shops because we're so busy with our own business,
freaking business,
but for events and even for beer, this is like a non arranged agreement that we have.
It's an unwritten rule.
Yeah, it's an unwritten rules. We sort of dodge each other's beer selection as well. So whatever Eddy's offering, we won't put it up on our tab. The idea behind it is that we want the community to go into different venues and have
try something different. Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
We don't all want to have the same thing on tap, right?
Yeah, sure. So whenever beer sales ask us what we want to put on tap, we'll be always asking, is Eddy having that on his tab?
Okay.
If he is, then we'll put it off for the part of the next rotation.
Okay, beauty.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. Yeah. Thanks for coming out, my man. I appreciate it. If you guys want to check out Wolfpack, it's just up the street. We're going to leave a link to his Facebook page. You can check out all the events that he's doing. And this guy right here, man, he's a great guy. Check out the place. It's one of the nicest places to have a nice pint and just chill. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming out, man. We will see you, probably see you on trivia night. Yeah.
Cheers.
Salud. Cheers, everybody. Take it easy, and we'll see you soon. See you next week.